welcome to Sippin with my bitches with your hosts, Marissa and Nadia.
Welcome back, bitches! We missed you.
We so miss you, bitches. How was your week? How is your day going?
Yeah, well, how was your week, Nadia?
Oh my gosh, babe. I went to San Diego for my vacation, and guess who I saw?
Who?
Gabriel!
Oh my God, we love him.
We do. So I saw Gabriel and his husband, Jeremy. They welcomed me into their home, and it was my first time meeting up with them. Over time, just being in the industry, being fellow groomers, yeah. We've been talking for like months now, but it was so amazing. I had the best Easter weekend ever.
And isn't his salon just so beautiful? I went because I took a seminar with him in October, a Bichon seminar, and his place is like absolutely gorgeous.
Gorgeous is not even like a word to describe it. It's impeccable. And honestly, as a private owned business too, especially a dog grooming business, it is so clean and the energy is good. And by the way, I just want to thank Gabriel so much for Rusty's new little sweater. It's like a blush pink. Can you try to describe the viewers who
Yes. It is like a couture, yarny, beautiful caterpillar coming out of a butterfly nest.
Okay.
Sweater.
To me, he looks like a really high-end loofah mixed with like a really cute, cozy sweater.
Yeah, I don't know what I was talking about.
Or maybe like a cozy blanket, I mean.
Yeah, it's definitely a loofah, not a cocoon butterfly.
Or maybe one of the bathroom rugs.
Oh, yeah, that too. Look, she's going to fall. Weep.
We have Rusty and Miss Lola here. Lola is Marissa's beautiful queen dog. She is a long-haired black dachshund, and she's like Beyonce, guys. Like, she is just like Marissa. It's like human like dog, right?
Yeah, we love her.
Or dog like human.
Yeah, it was just me and her this weekend, basically. Seb, he went to Newport and hung out with the boys while I stayed at home and chilled with the dogs because I just needed a week with all the technical difficulties that we were going through this past week with the podcast. And we're a brand new podcast, guys. You're just gonna have to like stick it out with us because we're learning as we go, and we appreciate you for sticking in there with us.
I know. Shout out to you guys. And also, you guys have been such a great, amazing support. We really appreciate you guys DMing us and letting us know how much you guys enjoy the podcast. It was making you laugh in the morning. Yeah. And thank you for all our loyal supporters following us on Instagram, on Sippin with my bitches on Instagram.
Right. We're on 200.
Yeah, we're over 200, babe.
Thank you, bitches.
You guys are the best, bitches.
Oh my God, they are. We love you.
And also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page if you haven't already.
Yep, YouTube, you can watch it visually. And then we are on most platforms like Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Breaker. We should be on Apple Podcasts soon. They just take a bit longer.
Yeah, so make sure you stay tuned with us, but we appreciate and love you guys so much.
Yes, we love you. And honestly, we're going to cheers to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we
cheers.
have this tequila shot, or what is this?
It's actually pear and sake. So it's like pear juice and sake.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's go. Cheers, bitches.
Cheers, ching ching.
Ching. Bitch, that was good. That could make a girl go real sideways real quick.
I know. Sake's dangerous, y'all. It'll just fucking sneak up on a bitch like, boo!
Rusty got scared.
He's like, you scared me, bitch. Shit.
By the way, for those of you guys who are listening to us, so Arissa and I, we decided to be some extra bitches and wear our stripper heels today. And
ow. Yes, this is in support of Nadia opening up her OnlyFans account.
So I decided maybe I should do an OnlyFans for feet. I haven't quite decided yet, but if you guys would like to chime in, I'm doing a poll on my Instagram story. It will be up for the next 24 hours if you're listening to this, or just DM me being like, fuck yeah, bitch, I'll pay for those feet.
Yeah, I'll subscribe. As long as maybe like I could have like a cameo or something.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to have some guest stars. It's like guess someone's foot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Another cheers to Nadia's feet going on fucking OnlyFans and hopefully getting her that bag.
Yay! Yeah. So
Cheers. Speaking of which, look at these cups.
We want to just give a big shout out and thank you to Jeremy and Gabriel for sending us their new merch.
Y'all.
It is actually their mugs of the first challenge that they won of their goldfish.
It's so cute, guys. Look at the nails as well. Boom, boom.
I know, we got our nails did.
So we love you. Thank you for always supporting us. And so, yeah, I think we have some housekeeping that we just want to like clear up. So I know the first episode we botched the names, but like, guys, I want you guys to understand, like, that was the first episode and that was the first time us meeting you guys, but we know them now.
Yeah, so anyone who might have gotten butthurt or anyone we might have offended by accident, so sorry that we got your names incorrect, but we got it down, packed now.
Yeah.
And also, like, in my defense, when we're watching Pooch Perfect, like, we are watching it one and done, and then we're literally going into this podcast.
Yeah.
So we're not rewatching it, like, on Hulu or anything. So that was our first time watching it, and also the names go by, like, a second.
You know, have a little grace, please.
But we're so grateful and happy to get to know you guys finally. So let's get right into it.
Yeah, and this episode did that. I think we learned a little bit more about the contestants as well. Like, we went into their backgrounds a little bit more, and I appreciated that.
Me too. I felt like I got connected with people's story a little bit more, got to know them. I really liked this episode a lot. I thought the first one was good, but I really enjoyed this episode a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's just like fun when you add that like human connection to it. Mm-hmm. So basically, we start the episode again with Rebel in her like cute intro with the dogs, and then we go into the immunity puppertunity, which they talk about. The challenge, which is, what is it called? The Shape Up Challenge?
Yes, it's called the Shape Up Challenge. So basically, all the groomers need to be inspired by geometric shapes, which is basically like diamonds or pyramids or circles, any shapes, and that's influenced into their grooms.
Yeah.
They have about 2 hours and 30 minutes to complete their challenge. Okay, so first off, we have Macy and Corinna.
Yes. So Macy and Corinna.
Is it Corinna or Karina?
I think it might be Karina.
Karina. Okay.
Maybe you need to like send us a voicemail saying your actual name.
Karina.
I would like to say Karina. Let's do Karina.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm so sorry in advance, Karina. Please DM me or voice memo me. I will get this down.
Yeah.
pat.
What is this going to be, the sorry podcast today?
No, but I just feel bad because like I'm not trying to offend anyone. Like I say it with like love because it's like, I don't know, but at the same time, bitch, like people get my name wrong all the time. They call me Natalia. They call me Claudia, Nudia, like
Nudia.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Nudia.
You know what's really annoying? Everyone's like, your name is Nadia. Like, are you naughty? Are you naughty, Nadia? And I'm like, bitch, real original. Like, come up with something better. Yeah.
Oh, that's our timer. Sorry, guys. And by the way, I never knew that I do this. Nadia called it out. I guess when you start podcasting, you kind of see like sides of yourself that you haven't seen before. Supposedly, I do a lot of voices.
Yeah, she does like all these different like characters and voices. She's actually really, really good. Okay, your secret talent, which you don't even know you have, is you make fucking amazing impersonations. No, she really does.
Impressions. Interesting. I never thought of myself as an impressionist, but earlier I did do like kind of one of like Gabriel, and he's gonna hate me for this. It's like, I think this is my Gabriel impression. So like, this is my dog, and I'm going to turn it into a goldfish because, you know, I can be like a killer goldfish sometimes. Like, I'm not nice all the time.
Yes. No, she's really good at impersonation. Can you do Sebastian's friends like impersonation?
Oh no, I'm bad at accents. I can't do accents.
You can't do accents?
No,
okay.
I can do that.
Okay, moving on.
Well, you know what? We're gonna talk about Macy and Karina now. Okay. We have to get back to Cosmo and Wanda.
Cosmo and Wanda.
Yes.
Let's go.
That was my favorite show, guys. That was such a good show.
I really like these two duo. A lot, actually.
Yeah. So basically, the shape up challenge, they had to choose geometric shapes. They chose triangle, and they had a poodle, and it was like a cute little brown poodle, and they were just gonna put some triangles on it, right? Well, it was interesting to see like what they would do with the dog. I was genuinely curious. I was like, where are you gonna put triangles on the dog, and how are you gonna?
Exactly. I was wondering the same thing too. I'm like, I was really interested to see how creative these groomers are going to get with these shapes.
Yeah.
So they had a miniature like brown poodle, and yeah,
Like that's hard to do. Like as a groomer, like we're usually used to just creating just a round overall like 3D shape on a dog, right? And to do something with more like lines in it, it's quite hard to do on a coat. I wouldn't say that I'm skilled at that, but like if you were to have this challenge, what would you do? What shape would you do?
I would definitely do a square challenge, and I would love to do that box head. If those of you guys who are not groomers, it's literally, I would turn the head of the dog literally into a box, but I would use the nose of the nose and the lip muzzle part into a small square, turning it into a bigger square on the top of the head, and then make the body kind of like box shaped as well.
Okay. So basically you're going to give a box fade all over the dog.
Basically, you know, like those boxes in presents, it's like, oh, you give a big box, and then when you open it, it's a little box, and then
it's like a Russian doll thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would do.
I like that. That's just actually really creative.
Thanks, boo. What would you do?
If it was like the perfect challenge, and said that say the dog had like amazing coat, maybe I would make the entire dog an oblong.
You know? Please explain.
Yeah, like like the dog. I believe like his name is like like Kokoro or something. Or I think that's what his name is. But it's like the dog is like one oblong like circle, and then it has like these chicken legs coming down. Like I think I would do that. I think it's so cute. So it's turning the dog into the shape, not actually just like carving the shape out.
Do you think you would get roasted by the judges? They're like, oh, we would have liked to see a little bit more, Arissa.
They probably would say that, but who cares, right?
Yeah, I think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, as long as I enjoy it.
Yeah, period.
All right. So next, we see that Alyssa is doing a rhombus. I might need to look up what a rhombus is because I don't know.
I actually don't know what a rhombus is either.
So does that make us like dumb?
I was actually really bad with geometry, but thank God in grooming, I'm really good with shapes.
Yeah, I was not good at geometry. That shit was really hard. So
it looks like a diamond.
Oh, it does look like a diamond.
Is that correct?
So then, oh, maybe it's like the side diamond. I don't know,
but it literally looks like a diamond, guys. It has like 4 points, and basically it looks like if a triangle was up and down.
Oh yeah, it's like a reflective triangle.
Yeah, that's a great way to explain it. Okay. So I learned something new today. It's sideways, unlike a diamond.
Yeah, so it's a sideways diamond.
Okay.
And then we learned that Blake is doing an actual diamond because he shines bright like a diamond, as he says.
And then he says he wanted to impress Jorge and get him on his side. He did make a little comment on that. Yeah. So
what is that thing about? Like there's like this storyline arc of like Blake trying to impress Jorge.
I feel like it's definitely a storyline made up because each and every episode he's like, I want to impress Jorge. I want to impress Jorge. I'm like, why do you even care? Do you like your art? Like, who cares?
Or maybe. I mean, he just looks up to him or something.
Maybe, but there's 2 other judges there.
Yeah, like I would be trying to wow Lisa Vanderpump. Like I love her.
I love her too.
Her comments are just so funny. Like I just want to like sit down and have a drink with her. I want to sit down and have a drink with Lisa Vanderpump and Auntie Jane.
And Puffy.
Who's Puffy?
That's Lisa's Vanderpump's Pomeranian.
Oh, yeah.
After Jiggy died, now she has Puffy. Okay. And I love it. I remember it because it reminds me of Puff Daddy.
I know. That was like, I thought you meant Puff Daddy. I was like, oh, is he at the table too? I'd be like,
We can buy him too. She literally just did like a Harlem Shake, like a shimmy.
I did a seizure attack. That was a seizure attack, not the Harlem Shake. Okay, so we learned that Blake is doing a diamond on a doodle. We're not doing him. But next we find out that Adrian is doing straight lines on a schnauzer. And then it goes into a little backstory too with Adrian. He talks about like how he was from New Orleans and, you know, his mom worked a lot and didn't have a lot of time for him. And then he was like seeking attention. I will say, I did resonate with that story just because like I grew up in the same situation. My mom was like an only like a single mother because my dad passed when I was really young. And so she really had to provide for the family and she really couldn't be there that often. And, you know, as a kid, you kind of wonder why, like, oh, like, why isn't my mom home as much? And so I just want to say I resonated with that.
Yeah, I really liked hearing the backstory of just getting to know Adrian. And Adrian, you know, talks about his story. And then he said that he was inspired by a Tetris board.
Yeah.
And
he's a nerd or something. Yo, I'm a nerd too. I love anime and
dude, I fucking love nerds. Nerds is where it's at. Like nerds might get made fun of as a kid, but they're the ones who's making all the money and laughing at our broke asses now.
Well, I wouldn't consider myself as like a smart nerd. I just like nerdy shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I could contest to that. Like I feel like I can nerd out about things too. Like every day I want to learn something new. So I'm always researching.
Yeah. No, I feel that. That's a good thing. That's good quality. But I might have liked his story, but what I don't like, did you block me, Adrian?
Wait, you got blocked? Me too.
Yeah. I only know that because Nadia brought that to my attention.
Yeah. So word got on the street is that we got blocked. And I'm like, is this true? Damn. Because the funny thing is like, he added me on Facebook. I didn't even know who he was. I was like, okay, cool. You're a groomer. Yeah, for sure. That's what's up.
Yeah.
And then I went on a different Instagram, like my shop Instagram. And when I went, I was like, damn, my ass is blocked. Okay, that's fine. And so I went back on my Facebook and I said, you're blocked too. Bye.
Yeah. I was a bit shook. I was like, okay, I didn't think we went that hard on him. But like at the same time, my thing is this. When you go on TV, you signed up to be criticized, right? So like, I understand like us being in the grooming industry, you know, we go into a show and they critique you. Of course it doesn't feel good. Like when I was on Hot Dog, I got critiqued on the first dog that I did, and they didn't show a lot of like the behind the scenes critique. Well, it wasn't behind the scenes, they just like edited it out. But like, you know, Jess was talking about how I should have taken off more off around the eyes. Like I could have shaped this, I could have shaped that. And of course, like when I first heard that, I was like, oh damn, that feels quite shit. But at the end of the day, like, was it true? Yeah, it was. Absolutely. And you just take it and you roll with the punches. I mean, it's not like I'm going to go and block Jess Rona after that.
Yeah, straight up. And I could also resonate with that story too, because even if you're not on a grooming show, even if you enter a grooming competition, you're always getting feedback. And even if you're not in a grooming competition, when you're learning to groom, you're also getting feedback from your mentors and your teacher. Mm-hmm. So this is just something you just kind of take in with a grain of salt and just try to better yourself as an artist.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. So,
but all in all, whether I got blocked or not, I am still going to judge and use my opinion fairly. And I wish nothing but the best for Adrian and Bria for this grooming competition. So no hard feelings.
Yeah. And not everyone's going to like us. And I get that. But I wish we could still be friends. We still can. Unblock me.
One last thing. The judges did say, they're like, I'm starting to worry about Adrian, how his lines are looking. He's like, it looks like an allergy test. I literally wrote laughing my ass off. Because, you know, when you get allergy tests, you get a bunch of little like dots.
Yeah.
And then you try to see which one has a reaction to it. And I was like, oh shit, it does look like it.
It does. They were being shady.
Yeah, they were going in today, the judges. I was like, okay.
They were. Okay, so next we're going to go into Gabriel. So next is Gabriel. He is doing triangles because he's gonna try and represent his country, Brazil.
Let's go, Brazil.
Yes.
Brazilian food is fucking amazing.
Oh, there's this place. So we live in Los Angeles. There's a place called Pampas Grill. Have you been there before?
No, but you have to take me now.
Oh, girl, it's like a like what is it called? Like a buffet.
Okay.
And they serve you like the Brazilian meats. You know how they have like the meats that come out that's grilled. Oh, girl, it's so good.
You could bring out the Brazilian daddies too. Like you could bring them out in rotation on a grill.
That sounds good too. Put some pineapples on their ass because I love that grilled pineapple.
No, not me. I'm allergic to pineapple. If you guys ever hang out with me, I cannot eat pineapple.
Ooh, that's annoying, bitch.
Yeah. It is what it is. But yeah, Gabriel and Monty, they had a doodle. Their shape was triangles to try to represent the Brazilian flag.
Yep.
Their doodle was a puppy, so it was really, really like fussy. It was like pawing, and Monty was holding the paws. And Arissa, do you want to maybe talk about your own experience about like working with puppies? Because it's really hard and difficult sometimes.
Yeah, and bad producers, why put a puppy on the show? Like, that is not nice. Like, I don't know if they're like, hey, maybe this will cause some conflict or something, but it's just puppies are hard, you know, because they're really excited, they want to play, they want to lick, and of course it's really cute, but like, especially when you're in a competition setting, it can be very nerve-wracking because we're working with sharp objects, guys, and you know, last thing we want to do is injure the dog or even like put holes in the dog. So I feel for Gabriel in that setting. He was talking about how hard it was.
Yeah, absolutely. We're working with sharp objects. We want to, you know, try to groom them as safely as possible while making them comfortable. But at the same time, it's $100,000. Let's not forget that. So it's a lot of pressure for all these contestants.
Yeah, true that. And next we have Deb. She is doing squares. She also has a doodle. There's a lot of doodles today.
Like the doodles are taking all over the world.
Yo, why would they do that to these groomers? Do they know how hard it is?
Why would they do this to us groomers in general with all the doodles taking the world? Like, I love my doodles, and shout out to all the good doodles and the doodle parents who are very good at bringing them on a schedule. They're brushing and combing out their dogs. So this one goes to you. Can we cheers to the good doodle parents who actually take good
who brush their doodles out?
Yeah, actually brush and comb.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, bitch. So we have Deb, who is doing squares. Oh, and I feel for her too. She had to rebathe her dog.
Yeah. So basically in the competition, Deb and Jordan, they noticed that the dog had purple on the chest. I don't know. Somehow the purple transferred from something.
Yeah.
So they had to rebathe the dog, and they only had an hour and 30 minutes left. So they were like, oh my gosh, this might be a challenge that we might not be able to finish, because they were in the middle of drying their dog and then they had to rebathe it.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel for you guys.
And then up next we have Philip and Josh. They had a Bichon or a Bichon Poo, and then they decided to do the shape of a helix.
Yeah. Which was really cool because like that's ballsy to do a helix. Like I'm pretty sure a helix is like, it looks like one of those like DNA signs, right? Like they kind of crisscross into each other. Like I thought that was a really like risky and putting yourself kind of like up there move.
Yeah, I didn't even know what a helix was. I was like, Ursa, what's a helix?
And she's like, I didn't know what a rhombus was.
And she was like, it's one of those DNA things. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, wow. I feel like they really went out there. That's like $100,000 mentality to me personally. If you could execute that in the 2.5 hours, then yeah, kudos to you. So I was really looking forward to see how it was going to execute.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Tiara and Erica. They had a cockapoo, and their shape was circle. So she decided to do a circle because she says for completion, it would represent her feeling complete when she's grooming. And I thought that comment was so sweet. Her dad passed 2 years ago. So she shared just like how, you know, winning this competition and this is like for him. So I thought that was a really like sweet story for her to share with us.
Like I said last episode, like I met Tiara once last year, and what you see on the show is like, don't you just feel like this like humble energy from her? Like that genuinity, is that a word?
Yeah,
genuine. I don't know.
I don't know, but she does seem very genuine.
It just means she's genuine as fuck. Okay.
T, if you listen to this, Arissa and I, we love you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love her vibe. She's just someone I just want to like kick back and have like a nice conversation. She just seems like a really nice person.
Exactly. And that's why I'm really happy that we got to know her more in this episode too, right? So she had circles, so I hope she executed those circles. Next, we have Rizza, and she had like a little schnauzer poo.
Yeah, I wrote a little schnauzer Shih Tzu poodle mix. She had a Shih Tzu poodle mix. But I literally wrote in my notes, didn't show Rizza.
You're right. Didn't say what her shape was.
Yeah, they didn't say.
Yeah. And we're not saying, I know we said this the last episode, but I'm telling you, like, it just wasn't shown. And I'm sorry they're doing that too, because I really think you're a fabulous groomer.
Yeah, because when we are sitting and writing these notes and watching it for the first time, we're writing it in chronological order. So we want you guys to also understand this as well.
Yeah. So if we missed it, that's on us. But next we go into the judging. And the first to be judged is Macy and her triangle. What did you think of the triangle, Nadia?
I didn't feel like it was a triangle. At first I was like, this looks like a heart. But then the more I looked at it, I realized she did a different take on a triangle, which I thought was creative.
Or something.
It looks like a V. It was supposed to be executed to a V, but to me, it looked more like a heart personally. But the lines were really nice, and they had multiple down the back of the dog. I do like how, just like on their first challenge, I think they were keeping a theme going, but the dog also had tassels, and they put little purple gems, which I thought was cute. I did feel like they were focused more on the shape of the dog of their challenge of being a triangle, because I noticed their face was not a really good haircut trim, but maybe they're just focused more on the
geometric shape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how I felt about Macy and Corinna.
Yeah, I thought the legs were just a bit messy for me. I think you're right. I think they really focused on the shape of the triangles rather than the entirety of the dog, but they did execute the triangle. So good for them. So with Blake, I have in my notes like super cool, neat. I thought it was just like a nice haircut. Like I think he's really great at finishing work. All his dogs always look nicely trimmed, but the diamonds were like shaved into the body. It was just I thought it was just like a nice haircut.
Yeah, I wrote beautiful cut. I said good diamond. He looked like he shaved it maybe with like a 40 blade, maybe a 15. He did one big diamond on the midsection. I believe he had other diamonds too, maybe.
Yeah.
And then he put a little bit of bling, like rhinestones on the edges of the diamond.
Yeah.
And then Jorge, I was dying. Jorge was like, "You're a butt man." He's like, "Last challenge you did the butt. This time challenge you're also doing the butt." And then
they talked about that with the maracas though.
Yeah, but they also said in this challenge too, because I wrote it in my notes. Yeah, and then Blake's like, "Oh, I guess that is like the common theme, or I like butts, or I forgot exactly how, but he did mention that."
Yeah. They're going in on him.
They're going in.
Yeah.
And then Blake said, "I need to hear a praise from you to Jorge." So as we continue this podcast, let's see if Jorge gave him that praise for the second round.
I know, he's like a little boy wanting candy from Jorge.
He's like, "Excuse me, sir, can I have some candy?"
You guys see what I mean by the voices? Here we go. Okay, and then next up we have Adrian and Bria. They showed their shape was lines, and they showed it was like a Tetris theme. He did have orange mohawks and orange, I would say like the pom-poms or the cuffs was dyed orange. Tips of the ears were dyed orange. And I was like, wait, like I feel so distracted right now with the orange and the color. I want to see the shape. I just didn't see it because basically he did like a schnauzer cut. Like the body would look like it was shaved with a 7 or a 10 blade, which is pretty short. And all he did was like painted it on to the dog like a canvas. I'm like, what did you do? There's no dimension to it. It's just flat. And
I have dead eyes looking at Nadia because I just wrote tacky job. Like obviously he feels very comfortable with dye, but it's like you kind of have to step out of your comfort zone, right, in order to win that $100,000. So it's like I want to see some more dimension. If you were doing squares, kind of like what you said, like cut squares into the coat, and I know that might be harder to do on a schnauzer, but that gives you a canvas to maybe do some carving work.
Exactly. I feel like he could. I mean, you could like freaking Deb and Jordan. The last one, they had a schnauzer and they did carving. If they could have done it, then so could you, or at least try to, you know. Even they had like a little puzzle piece of the Tetris. I feel like something could have had a little bit more dimension instead of just painting on the dog like, hey, these are lines.
Yeah, exactly. So next we have Alyssa.
I really like Alyssa and Justin. They did a mohawk version of the rhombus. And I thought it was very creative. They didn't use a whole dog, but they used the head to make it into the shape. And I thought it was really cool. I didn't write what kind of dog it was. However, I really liked it.
Right. See, the thing is, I really didn't see the rhombus, like maybe the side diamond, but that mohawk was so cool. I've never seen a mohawk like that on a dog. It was like super punk rock, and I was really digging that mohawk, and that dog was cute.
That dog was really cute. I agree, and I really appreciate they thought outside the box too.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Next we have I'm going to say Risa this time. We're going to switch it up.
So Risa, she chose a heart as her shape, and she had a Shih Tzu. She put a heart around maybe the thighs or the butt area.
Okay.
And then she did like a cute little Asian fusion style face, and she put like a little heart, maybe decal, or
she stuck a sticker. on the stomach area.
Yeah.
And then I wrote the colors. It was like soft purple and pink on the thighs. I thought it was cute. I didn't really get a good look, so I can't really comment so much. So Arissa's gonna have to pull through on this one.
Well, I'm telling you, they just like show her scenes really quick.
Yeah, they don't really show her. I don't even know her yet as a cast yet. So I'm really looking for. I'm like, girl, I hope I get to know you on the 3rd episode.
Right. And you know what? She just might have a very like mellow or shy personality or something, so that's why maybe the producers aren't like boasting her. But it's like, I want to get to know her because like I follow her on Instagram, and even on Instagram she doesn't post that much, and when she does post, I'm like, oh my god, that was amazing. Like I don't know if you saw on Instagram, she recently posted like a dog with the coiffed. We're bringing the coiffed again, right? It was like a pink side part coiffed thing, and I was like, holy shit, I'm living for this. This is like beautiful. And I commented, I was like, yo, this is what I want to see on Pooch Perfect.
Okay. I don't follow her personally, but I did check out her work, and she does really like beautiful haircuts. Yeah, but I want to get to know her as an individual while I'm getting to know her haircuts.
ABC, Pooch Perfect. Like, can you show some more Risa or Riza?
Yeah, she deserves her little spotlight too. So we're giving her much love too.
Please. So I'm going to let you take this. Next is our boy, but mainly your boy,
Gabriel and Monse. So they had a triangle, but when I saw the doodle, I was a little bit disappointed. They had the Brazil colors of green and yellows. I saw a little bit of carving onto the dog, but I didn't quite see it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, so I was a little bit disappointed. I'm still team Gabriel Monse all the way, but I just didn't see it.
Yeah, you know, but I do respect the fact that he got some harsh critique, but he was like, yo, this wasn't my best work. And, you know, he owns up to it. And I thought that was really admirable, you know, to like really put your guns down, just be like, okay, I can do better, and next time, you know, I'm gonna bring it, because you know he's like, I'm gonna bring all the best in show wins. So all the way respect to Gabriel. And next we have Tiara and Erica. Yep.
So they decided to do the circle. So they basically did 2 circles on the side of the dog. So basically one on the left side, one on the right side. Mm-hmm. The judges said they are not symmetrical. And Jorge said that balls are not always the same. And I thought that was so funny. Like, you know, male balls. And it's like, touche.
Yeah.
And then...
I'm actually just imagining balls. I'm like, have I ever seen 2 symmetrical balls? No.
Do you like smaller balls, like saggier balls, the bigger balls?
Dude,
like, you know, the balls come in all sizes.
No, I don't like the balls.
You don't like the balls? I love the balls.
I
like the whole package, but it needs to be Pooch Perfect when it comes to this. Okay.
Right. So do you like to stare at dog balls too?
Oh, I mean, we do give Brazilians all the time. Sometimes you have to like hide the balls, you know, from like the behind. When we're like behind the dog, sometimes the owner's like,
you like leave a little curtain, like you're like, welcome to paradise.
Sometimes it's like, hello, I'm here. But, it just all depends. And Lisa was so funny. She's like, I love a good pair of balls.
Yeah.
I love Lisa because she's like naughty, just like me.
Yeah.
So I like her little
She's down with the naughty joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Tiara, I wrote like the haircut was a little messy. I appreciate the effort. Like I haven't done that before yet. Like put two little, they're called rosettes, right?
I'm not quite sure, but that just reminds me of like a continental or something
continental
like that.
trim. I have never, and I bet that's really hard to do. So I appreciate the effort, girl. That's not easy thing to do.
Yeah, I appreciate the effort too. However, I do feel like I wish she would have put some color, like maybe the spots that she shaved out to give it more 3D or a pop. Maybe the parts that she shaved, right? Whether it was a 10, 15, 30, 40, whatever she used. I wish she would have colored that part so the balls really stick out.
Oh, so
this just sounds so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the balls stick out because one of the balls was really nice and circular, but I do agree with the judges. One of them was not even.
And I think the spacing between the balls were a bit far apart. Like no one likes to see some googly-eyed balls.
They're like the googly-eyed dog sometimes.
It's like Samuel L. Jackson looking at Joanne like, I see you.
Girl, I'm dead.
All right, next.
Okay, so next we have Philip. I
wrote pretty.
I wrote really pretty, cute, soft turquoise and purple of the helix. And then it was really nice. He told his story about how he has 5 kids and, how his kids is his world with his partner.
Yeah, that background story, because it's like, it's not a conventional story that you hear on TV a lot, talking about how he used to be married to his wife, and then obviously he came into himself, and then he met Josh, which is the love of his life, which is really beautiful.
So sweet.
And they were talking about how the helix kind of intersects all of those lives together. So I thought that was a really beautiful thing to see.
Yeah,
especially
I agree.
Considering what next week's episode's going to be.
Yeah, exactly. And then I really liked him and his partner's story, and they met and then they got married and here they are now. And also I thought it was a really pretty haircut. I felt like they definitely executed the helix. It was actually one of my favorite ones. Next we have Deb and Jordan. Literally I was like, where's the square?
Yeah, what square?
I'm like, what square? Where's the square? I don't see anything. And they said that they didn't make it on this one.
Yeah, what can you do?
I was like, no, what the fuck? You don't just like fucking give up.
Yeah, they shaved the body. And
they just shaved like the dog was groomed. Like he literally looked like he just went to the groomers and got a pet trim. But it's like, girl, you don't just give up. You fucking try to pull shit out of your ass. You just have to. You have to keep going. For me as like a dancer in the background too, if you mess up, you keep going too. Like there are times on my dance scenes when I performed, like literally, like I don't know, like my costume would get stuck on my like heel, or maybe I would trip, but you just keep going.
Yeah.
You have to keep going.
Yeah.
So I was just a little bit disappointed that she gave up.
At the end of the day, you're trying to win 100 G's, right? Maybe pick up that hair off the floor and put some. You better paste that square onto the dog. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. Am I right?
You are preaching to the choir. Amen.
Yeah. So we learned who the winner is. So Nadia, would you like to present the winner?
I would love to. And the winner is Macy and Corinna.
Cool.
How did you feel about it?
Cool. No comment.
I'm very happy that they won, and I'm really glad they got the Opportunity Immunity Challenge, but I just didn't feel like they were a winner for me personally. I didn't see it.
Let's do it on 3. Ready?
Who
we think should have been the winner?
Okay.
So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then say it.
Okay, sounds good.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Philip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same. I just thought it was just like, I don't know, the execution was just there. And I totally see with Macy and Corinna, like how they incorporated the shapes. But like, I don't know, I guess I was looking at the overall part of the dog. So I would really love to know like what the criteria of the judging is, especially for that immunity challenge. So like maybe if you're on the show, you can let us know, like, were they actually just looking at the shapes
Or are they looking at it as an overall whole and other details of what they want in order for you to win the whole entire challenge?
Exactly, because I was like, I'm looking at like how cute the face is, looking at the legs, looking at the finishing work. Like I'm looking at it as like
the whole deal,
like a grooming judge, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you have extra time to put on some bling, maybe some color? I don't know. There's a lot of things you could have done. I know time can sometimes slip through your fingers, but come on, like this is $100,000 on the line. Like I said,
exactly.
You have to just you have to give it your all. But also congratulations Macy and Corinna.
Yeah, you get immunity for the next challenge.
Okay, all right, bitches, that was a lot to take in.
Yeah,
I think it's time for another, we'll do a cheers break. What do you think?
Yeah, we need a cheers break. A bitch is thirsty.
Period. All right, so let's.
I even needed to get comfortable. I'm like, I'm old.
I need pillow.
Okay, and cheers.
All right, so that was much needed.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we're now on to the ultimate challenge. So their category was Holi-dogs, and they were to create an everyday look by your favorite holiday.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah, super cute. So, Arissa, if you were on the show, what would your Holi-dog look like? What holiday? And what would your whole concept be and why?
So I was thinking about this while we were watching the show. I was like, what holiday would it be? And I think I would do Easter just because that's what just passed, Easter. And plus, Easter's cute. It's totally Arissa, right? It's like pastel colors. It's fun, cute. So I would choose Easter, and my concept would be trying to turn maybe a white dog into a bunny.
Okay.
Maybe putting some bunny ears actually out of hair, maybe creating
Arissa's infamous space buns, but into bunny ears.
Yes. Yeah. And then on the coat, maybe cut out some eggs.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Wouldn't that be cute? On the thighs or something. That'd be eggs going up the thigh.
That'd be cute. Are they gonna have any candy inside, or are we gonna have any money on it? Because sometimes people be stuffing them Easter eggs with money. I used to love that.
Oh my God, I never got the money.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
that's a thing, guys.
Well, I don't know, but in my Asian family, they would put money in the Easter eggs. I'm like, fuck the chocolate, give them the money.
I didn't look forward to Easter. It was all about the New Year's for me. So,
that's true.
So for those of you that are Asian, but New Year's is the best time of year because everybody gives you money.
Period.
Yeah, your grandma gives you money, your aunt gives you money, even just random friends that you call your auntie that aren't really your auntie gives you money, and it's always $50, $100. You get rich, bitch.
It's so true. As a kid, I used to love that.
Yeah.
You would just get money.
New Year's was a shit.
It was.
And so appreciate Phil for doing the New Year's. I know we're going to get into that. But what about you, Nadia?
I would have definitely done Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Because one, it's near my birthday, and two, and I'm a Scorpio, those of you guys who are asking. But two, I love food, and I just love Thanksgiving because it brings your family or friends together. I do a lot of Friendsgivings, and it's just a time where you just enjoy each other's company. You reflect on what you're thankful for, and you just eat. It doesn't involve presents or anything like Christmas, so which can be really stressful because any holidays in general can be stressful times, even though you're trying to create nice memories. But for me personally, I would have done Thanksgiving. I would have definitely done something funny. Maybe make the two thighs into turkey legs or something. I would use the butt, the big butt part, from the midsection to the butt into the body of the turkey, and use the two sides of the thighs as legs, the turkey legs.
Yeah, like a drumstick.
Like a drumstick, exactly. And I would have just made some collard greens, some mac and cheese. I don't know. I would have just incorporated food. Yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine actually on the back legs, you carved out a drumstick, right? And then the body, you carved out macaroni. You know how Gabriel did the goldfish on the body?
Oh, the scales.
The scales.
The texture. Wow.
Yeah. So then the body, you would dye yellow and make it into macaroni.
I love that.
And then the head would just be the turkey.
Macaroni in the pot. That's some wet ass. Hey, wop.
Wah.
You know what else would be really fun on my I would make if I had a standard poodle or like a dog with a long beard, I would have made it into a turkey. Like I would have used like the chin to make the little like
balls on the chin.
Yeah, and I'd be like gobble gobble bitch.
Gobble, gobble,
Gobble.
Oh my god, can you do your best gobble? I know you just did it, but like let me legitimately hear a gobble. That was good, bitch.
That was good. Okay, your turn. That was good too.
Well, that's our impressions of the night.
Okay, so let's go in the challenge. So first, we see Gabriel and Monty. They have a doodle, and
Another doodle.
The doodles are taking all over
Yo.
the world. Dun dun dun.
I don't even do 2 doodles in a day.
I only do 1 doodle per day.
One
That's
doodle
it.
a day.
Bitch.
Like, don't stress yourself out.
My arm, my carpal tunnel, my shoulder is gonna fall off. 1 doodle a day,
Right,
please.
2 doodles. That's not fair.
So they had a doodle, and their theme was Christmas, and they were gonna make their dog into a Santa Claus helper or an elf.
Yeah. Love that. Love me an elf moment. Mm-hmm. And did you see them like making their own like decorations? Like I love that they showed that like Monty was like creating the decorations. It's like a very like quick clip, but I appreciated that because when I was on Hot Dog, my second challenge with Kinka, I actually made everything. Like I made the skirt, I made the collar out of like from scratch. They had like ribbon and tulle and they didn't show any of that, and they didn't even like show the dress because like, you know, they asked me to like take it off or whatever,
Right.
But like I spent like a good 30 minutes just making the accessories, so I appreciate that they showed Monty making those decorations.
Yeah, shout out to Monty for doing that, being the backbone, because every groomer needs a really good assistant.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, and then next up we have Macy and Corinna. They had a Maltese, and Rebel. She was mentioning in the beginning of the challenge, she's like,
I'm a donut bitch.
yeah. So she wanted to do like a National Donut Day. So that's what I thought. It was really smart and a good tactic.
Yeah.
Like just a good overall, you know, way to impress one of the judges. And why not by getting into even though she's not a judge, you know, the host's heart. So they decided to make Rebel's dream come true by doing National Donut Day.
Yeah.
Yum yum donuts.
What's your favorite donut, Arissa?
Ooh. Okay. It's the twisty ones with the sugar on them. Do you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is
those
it from like a specific donut shop that you like in Los Angeles, or?
I like yum yum donuts.
I've actually never tried Yum Yum donuts.
It's really
For me, I'm a Krispy Kreme kind of girl. Krispy Kreme all the way, the original glaze while it's hot.
This is my secret too. It probably isn't a secret. I'm pretty sure everyone does it. But I put my Krispy Kremes in the microwave for 15 seconds. It has to be 15 seconds. It's like the perfect temperature. And they're like warm and like so gooey and so good. This is like where you put in that music like that. Bow, bow, bow. Like, you know, like that. Let's get it on music. And I'm like, yeah, that Krispy Kreme donut.
All that glaze.
Oh, the glaze and the way that it drips onto my mouth.
It's so warm. Okay, Arissa, I think we should go back.
I'm excited to see that donut.
Okay.
So next is Phil, and he decided to choose New Year's Eve as his Holi-dog because him and Josh are living in New York. And I was really interested in this concept. You're really living for it, too.
I was really living for it because I'm, you know, I know you're from ATL, Arissa, but it's like New York is somewhere I go a lot on vacation because it's only like a 4-hour drive from the DMV. So I was really excited because they were talking about, you know, we're from New York and New Year's Eve. That's where we first met. It had like a storyline to it. And I was really excited what they're going to come up with. I'm like, they said they're going to do like the ball dropping. And I'm like, how are they going to execute this on this black dog? I want to know.
Yeah. And it was just interesting. I was like, okay, how are they going to show New Year's Eve on a dog? So I was genuinely interested about that. So let's hope they bring the goods. Next, we have Alyssa, and she's doing a poodle, and her Holi-dog was Halloween. We already know that Alyssa is like a creative queen, right? So a lot is on the line for her and this dog. Like she's got to really, she's like making it known, saying like, hey, I have to bring it this challenge. And you kind of like really see that fire in her this round.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely fired up and she wants to represent her, being a creative queen. And I loved her storyline. She was talking about like how she doesn't fit in like most groomers and just growing up not being able to fit in. So they also like connected why Justin and her are good as a couple and they relate to each other.
Yeah, they're a sweet couple. I
very,
think
very
cute.
sweet. In the scene also, Justin is applying for the first time the dye.
Oh my God.
And I love how he's in the Halloween spirit. He's in a black t-shirt and like an orange shirt or something. It's black and orange to represent Halloween.
Yeah.
And he was like petrified. He's like, I could fuck this up for all of us. And she's like, just be really careful and slow, okay? And he's like, okay. And he was just so nervous, but he's like, I'm gonna do this for my babe.
Oh my God, he's so sweet. Mm-hmm. So next we actually have a Holi-dog showdown next. We have Deb against Riza, and they're both doing Chinese New Year as their Holi-dog.
They are both doing the Chinese New Year's and they're representing the year of the ox. And then in the show, you can kind of see like, are you guys doing the Chinese New Year's? They have a little kiki moment where they talk, and then Riza, she just kind of whispers to the camera. She's like, I'm gonna do the colors red to represent the Chinese New Year's. I'm like, okay. But I thought it was kind of, they're trying to like stir up the pot a little bit.
She was like, and because like, Deb was like, what were the colors again? But they still decided to do it. I thought that was kind of interesting if they didn't know really what the colors were.
I think it's cool that they thought outside the box. Instead of just doing a normal American New Year's, they're like, okay, fuck it. We're doing a Chinese New Year's represent for the Asians. Shout out to my homie. So, and then next up, we have
Adrian, and he chooses Valentine's, which now at this point, I'm like, okay, this guy loves pink, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, his own personal dog is pink. And I'm like, okay, you just did a flamingo that's pink. Yeah. We just have a common thing going on here.
Tiara is doing Christmas. So that is a Christmas showdown with Gabriel. And we learned that she does Christmas because celebration of her dad. So I thought that was really sweet. And she's going to like paint like Christmas lights on a dog, which I think is really cool. I don't think I've seen that.
I've seen it before, but it's like for me personally, because I'm not a creative groomer, if I were to do, I would be a little bit nervous. She did have a little miniature poodle. I believe it was like brown, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's hard to do color on,
especially on a dark colored dog too.
Yeah.
You don't never know what the color's gonna come out. And I thought it was just very sweet that she dedicated for her dad on both challenges.
Yeah, I agree. I wish they could have given her a different dog, because it is hard to like kind of capture any kind of color on a brown dog, especially when your colors are green and red for Christmas on a brown dog. It's just not really gonna like pop as it would on a white dog. Mm-hmm. So next we have Blake's Holi-dog is Cinco de Mayo. You see that he's putting something on the butt again. Yeah,
he decided to put two maracas on the butt,
which I thought was really cool.
I thought it was cool because it's like the Continental. It's kind of like Tiara's like first challenge of the circle. So he has two circle maracas on each side of the dog's body, but it had movement. The maracas, like it had extra, like it had more hair. So when the dog had movement of the maracas, it shook. So I thought that was like really creative and fun.
Yeah.
And and then he decided to like maybe incorporate like a little bit of mustache, but I saw like the way he was like going with it.
I thought it was pretty creative, and kind of thinking outside of the box, which I appreciate. Like, you're trying to win that 100 G's. I see that. He's going for it. And so also those are all of the contestants. And what I kind of want to get into next, because they showed a clip of this after the contestants, and it was of Alyssa's dogs, and Alyssa's dog had like black paint around the eyes. And one thing that I've noticed about Pooch Perfect is that they don't really go into how dyeing can be safe for dogs.
Exactly. Because most dyes that us professionals we use for the industry, they are pet safe and they are vegan based.
Yeah. So it's just deposit color. So those of you that don't know what that means, it doesn't have any ammonia in it. It's just basically just color deposited into the coat without any kind of chemicals.
Right.
Like
it's vegetable based.
Harsh chemicals. Yes, exactly. It's vegetable based dye.
Yeah. I was very disappointed that they didn't mention as much of that to the audience, like regular viewers and pet parents watching, because the last thing we want is a pet parent at home using like a hair dye of like human products on their own personal dogs. Like at least in Hot Dog, the grooming competition show we were on, they would always mention like this is safe for dogs. Jess Rona would always mention like this is safe for dogs.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of like the difference of Pooch Perfect that I've notice. I think it's more groomer centered on this show, and not so dog centered, which I kind of wish they would showcase the dog a little more, like maybe like naming the dogs and showing more of that personality, because at the end of the day, the at-home viewers, of course, they're wanting to like find a groomer that they can connect with and like follow their story, but we're working with animals here. Like they're the most beloved thing on this planet, so we need to like showcase that. And I think Hot Dog did a really great job of showcasing the dogs, and that's why it was like such a fun and heartfelt show.
I agree too.
And I think that's also why on Twitter I think the show is getting kind of some bad press. A lot of people are saying like, oh, like why would they put the dogs through this? I would never do this to my dog. And I just want to like assure you guys, like, we have to educate people about what we're doing in our industry and what we're doing to dogs. Like, we're not torturing them. And of course, if we're not explaining why, like what we're doing, why we're doing this, like people aren't going to understand. And I think that the show has a responsibility to teach people like this is safe for dogs. And we're doing it to dogs that actually like don't mind the process. They're obviously not getting very skittish dogs and doing like 2-hour, 5-hour long color on them, right? So yeah.
And also, creative grooming has been around for years and years, more than like, I would say about like 2 decades at least. 2 decades at least. And for anyone who does creative grooming or any color on a dog, we have to go through extensive training. It's not like one of those things like, let me try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Most of the time, any creative groomer, we take the education to really know how to safely apply this on the dogs and what to do. This is something we are trained on, we get certified on, so it's much more of a process than just like throwing on some colors and making them beautiful.
Yeah. So I just want that anyone that's not a groomer and you've been watching Pooch Perfect, please do not attempt to dye the dog on your own. Like, please have a professional do it, because
absolutely
we do know what we are doing. Okay. And I do wish that maybe Pooch Perfect like had some warnings maybe in the beginning or in the end.
I agree.
Like, do not try this at home. This is for professional use only, right? So please do better, Pooch Perfect, maybe next season.
Yeah. And please, pet parents, like Arissa said, please leave it to the professionals.
Yeah.
And also, they've been getting a lot of heat from PETA. And I understand why they would, because they're not explaining these things on national television without, any warnings or discretion or anything like that. So they were saying sometimes that PETA might possibly shut down the show before it even finishes. We hope that it doesn't happen.
Right.
But we'll just see.
I will say, so me and Nadia, we have like a group chat with groomers, and someone explained PETA in a very funny, comedic way. So I think PETA does good work. Obviously, like, they are trying to help, but they be cuckoo sometimes, right? What was it, Rhea? She was like, PETA, they're like angry vegans.
No, I said that, babe.
Oh, you said
I'm
that.
the one who said that. So we have a groomers chat, and basically I said, PETA reminds me of like vegan people. They mean really well.
Not all.
Not all.
Not all.
Yeah, not all.
To all my vegans, not all.
Yeah, I love, by the way, a lot of props to my vegan piece out there. The last guy I dated was vegan. I have a lot of respect for everyone's belief and ethic. I think that's great.
Yeah.
You know, and PETA, they love animals too, but sometimes they go like too hard. I mean, they're like angry.
Yeah.
They're really, really angry. I'm like, whoa, like
just chill.
It's okay. Just respect everyone's, you know, the way of thinking and living. You just have respect for
their
everyone.
beliefs. Yeah, just their beliefs. Like at the end of the day, like, you know, it's all about education. As like, as long if like educate people correctly and compassionately, people will learn. But if you're just like, no, you're a bad person, you eat meat, you're just a piece of shit, like people are gonna be like, fuck you, fuck off, piece of shit, you know?
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, we just need to have a little more like compassion to one another and just communicate one another.
Yeah, cool. Wow, you know, two bitches can be nice, huh?
Period.
We ain't gotta be bitches all the time.
Not all the time, but
No.
bad bitches unite.
Yeah. We need to get it. Oh my God, we need to get a ring or something that says like bad bitches unite.
Oh my God, are we gonna be like Captain Planet where it's like
Bad bitches unite. And then like if we ever get into a fight with bitches, like we'll punch them in the face and it'll say like bad bitches unite on their forehead. That should be so funny. We brand your ass.
period with some unicorn like sprinkle fairy dust that's gonna come out too.
Right.
Bring.
All right, so let's get back into it. That was our little TSA rant that we had to have. So next is the catwalk, and you know they're playing a little bit of Snoop Dogg as their like theme music.
Yeah, they were doing Snoop Doggy Dog.
Yo, that shit was tight. Like last week was Baha Men, like Who Let the Dogs Out. This week we have Snoop Dogg. Like, what would your theme song be if like your own personal theme song?
Does it have to be dog related?
No, it doesn't.
It's Britney, bitch. Dun, 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 dun. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
I like that. That's
What would
cute.
yours be, Arissa?
Oh my God. So those of you that are on TikTok, you might know this song, but I just like every time I see a TikTok video with this song, I like resonate it with it so much because I just do feel like it's part of my personality. It's a song that goes la di da di di la di da di da suddenly.
I haven't heard that song, but
Oh
now
my
I want to
God.
like listen to it.
It's so cute. It's like the cutest song ever. Like, do y'all know what I mean? You know what I mean.
By the way, I think Arissa really has a secret talent. Like, okay, so I hear Arissa like singing all the time. I'm like, this bitch has a voice. Do you go karaokeing a lot?
I love to karaoke.
I feel like she has an amazing voice and she just hides it.
Thanks.
So maybe one of these days
tell
we can.
tell my boyfriend that we need to start a band because like those of you who don't know, my boyfriend's a musician, but
And he's badass too.
yeah, and you know I've been trying to tell him we gotta start a band or something, but he's like maybe. So let's get into it. We are going to do the runway, and the first dog to come out is Blake. Yo, the first thing I wrote was like fun, like that was I thought that was really creative.
I thought it was really good. It came out with the mustache being really hard. The mustache was even, unlike the first challenge, whoever tried to do the Hulk Hogan motion.
Yeah, that was Alyssa and Justin.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Still love you, listen, Justin. But Blake did a very good job on the mustache. He dyed it black on a white standard poodle. The maracas were fun. He had a little like Mexican colors on there,
Yeah,
Mexican
and,
flag. It was green, white, and red.
Yeah.
It had
There was, like,
movement
bonbons.
to it. Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah. I will say though, I don't know what he used to put the bonbons on. To me, it kind of looked like glue. I don't know if it was glue. Like obviously he knows what he's doing, but there's that like discretion thing again.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like we have to have that discretion, guys, because we don't want pet parents thinking that they can put glue on their dog.
Absolutely.
Or kids thinking they can put glue on their dogs and putting like pom-poms on there.
Yeah, the glues that we use is pet safe and it is washable with just even with water coming out. So please do not put any glue on your pets. Please, again, leave it to a pet professional. This is not something to do at home.
Yeah, I would kind of wish they would show the product. You know,
was
like
so too.
even though they might not be able to like show the name of the company, just be able to like kind of do like a quick glance, be like, hey, like I'm using glue today on a dog,
Right.
and like this is like pet safe glue.
Exactly.
That way, like someone watching won't get angry. They're like, are they putting glue on the dog? But yeah, overall, I thought the groom was really fun and cool. Next, we have Tiara and her brown dog with the lights. I thought the lights were really, really cute. She had the pom-poms. I could see that there was some little difficulties there, like with the coloring. It didn't blend too nicely there, but I thought overall execution of the lights really nice.
Yeah, I thought her Christmas theme was super cute. I like the cut. She put a little bit of red on the tips of the ears. The pom-poms were red.
Yeah.
The Christmas lights, the cord was black. And then on the lights, she obviously had Christmas colors like green and red and had a little bit of glitter on the lights. I actually really liked it. She surprised me because honestly, I was not really feeling her leopard on the last challenge. But I thought she brought her A game and I liked it. Could she have used a little bit more dimension? Like because the
I
thing
see
is
what
like
you're saying
because just like Adrian for his last lines one, he just kind of painted it on. I felt like she just painted on the lights.
Yeah.
If she made maybe the light bulbs with hair, a little bit of dimension.
That would be cool.
That would have leveled it up just a little bit. I liked it, but the judges, Jorge, he said he's not screaming. It's not screaming holiday. Lisa said didn't turn the lights on. Could have been a little bigger.
Right.
So yeah.
And I think Tiara as a groomer, you kind of like see her like trying to step it up, which is really admirable. You know, I think that in the episode 1, she had that white poodle with like the pink ears, and I said like we both said like it didn't look finished. The face wasn't like the best, but for this challenge, I thought the face looked really cute. Like it was kind of like more like teddy bear like. So I see her like stepping it up and like really trying to put in that effort. So just know that didn't go unnoticed with me.
Yeah, I thought she did a lot better on haircuts too. I actually thought this haircut was cute.
Yeah, absolutely. So next we have the showdown between Deb and Risa.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun 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 dun.
So Deb, her dog comes out. It is a doodle, and there's like a bull on the side with some beautiful like cherry blossoms. That was really pretty.
It was so pretty. She had these light, soft pink flowers all
Yeah.
throughout the dog. And I loved the ox. The ox looks good. And then she even had like the little lantern with the Chinese symbol. I'm not quite sure, but if I had to guess, maybe it says the year of the ox.
Yeah.
But on the other side of the dog,
I know.
oh
what
my
you're about to
gosh.
say. I know what you're about to say.
It was this blue, like it was like a bright blue, and it says 2021. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's no blue
that was
on the
just
dog.
like planted on there.
It literally looked like bad graffiti art. Like if someone were to like tag a wall, it's like,
Yeah.
I was here.
Like
2021, bitch.
Like, no, I wasn't ready for that.
Exactly.
so aggressive.
It was very aggressive. But then we had the next showdown with Rissa.
Yo.
And she had this little dragon Mushu theme going on. Bitch.
Yo, bitch. Bitch, that shit was fucking fire.
It really was. Like literally that shit was lit.
Okay. This is why I fucking love grooming, right? Just that innovation. I have never seen pom-poms like that before in my life, where like it flared out like the roofs on a traditional architectural like Chinese building or rooftop. Like you kind of have those those arches.
It looks like waves almost.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, that is so cool. And just like the dragon Mushu head, it was just everything that I wanted to see in a Chinese New Year dog.
Yeah,
Like, you knew it. You knew it was a Chinese New Year dog walking down the one.
I already knew it was a Chinese runway dog, and it's just like the way she used like the glitter and the yellows and the reds and oranges and the texture. And I don't know if she used like a pet safe like gel or mousse to give it that texture. I was really impressed. I was like, yes, Rissa, I'm so sad that they didn't bring your personality, but they brought your dog brought it. I'm like, I want to get to know who Rissa is.
Yeah. Let's give her some snaps for that.
Yeah. That sounds like a fap. Like fap.
Like what?
A fap.
I don't know what a fap was.
Fap.
A fap to me sounds like a vagina.
Oh, really? Yeah. A fap is like a dick. Like when a guy is like jerking off and it's like, like.
Like, oh, you know why I'm thinking you fap? Because it's like a flap. like, hello, ladies.
Good morning.
This is my flap. But a fap. Yeah, right.
Okay. And then next we have Macy and Corinna with their donut for National Donut Day. How did you feel about that, Rissa?
Yo, I love this one so much. This just screamed like rainbows and unicorns and just everything that I love, which is just color and cuteness. And I know that like I wasn't the biggest fan of their first cut, but Macy and Corinna, you have redeemed yourself this second round, and I absolutely love the dog. The face is cute. It's that like cute Asian style muzzle, and then it had like a little cherry on top, and the donuts just looked really well executed.
I agree. I'm so surprised they made this Maltese, like the donuts that they made. Like literally, it looked like
stood out.
It stood
How
out. It was
did they
like
do
a
that?
fluffy donut because for those of you guys who don't know, Maltese they have very straight coats, but they made it look fluffy,
Right,
with sprinkles on it.
You have to tell me your fucking witchcraft for that. Like, can you just come on the podcast and explain how you did that? Because that was some magic witchery, sprinkle some fucking donut dust on that bitch, and it made it into a poodle coat.
I agree. I thought the donut was so cute. It was definitely one of my favorite ones also. It was like pink and yellow, and it was really soft, but it was super well executed. That whole dog looked freaking awesome.
It looked so cute. Like, good job, guys.
Great job.
Really, 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 really good job.
And then we have Adrian and his white poodle for Valentine's Day. So it had a heart on the chest, and it had the red dyed paws, and then it had a heart shape on the butt. But then Jorge, the judge, he was like, it looks like a baboon.
Yo, baboon.
Like a baboon butt. And actually it did, low key.
Yeah, when it turned around, it did. Like, I will say, I think one thing Adrian is good at is applying color. Like, I think he does a good job at, like, understanding, like, how to, like, apply it and make it look even. It never looks like splotchy. So I give you props for that. But again, there just wasn't that like innovation there, you know?
I agree. Even the carve out like of the heart kind of seems sloppy to me. It looked like
pom-poms again.
Yeah, the pom-poms throughout the theme is like, okay, bro, I know you can do color, I know you can do pom-poms, but I want something different this time, except bringing the same thing over and over again. I just want to see something different.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just like thought he could have just done a little bit more. It was cute, but it was nothing a wow factor or anything like that for me personally.
Yeah. So next.
We had Philip and Josh, and they did the New Year's Eve. I was actually really looking forward to this to see how they execute. And wow, I love the lights. They had like
how do
actual
they do that?
I have no idea. I want to know that too.
Is the dog like battery powered?
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
I have no idea, but it was so cute. They had like a New Year's Eve clock with the countdown. The numbers on the clock had bling on it.
Yeah.
It had really nice finishing, and I just loved it. I thought it looked really, really good.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was fire. Good job to them. And then next we have Gabriel, and he does a very awesome job for Christmas. Like that hat though.
I know. So his little Santa's helper or the elf, Gabriel and Monty did such a great job. Like, okay, so they had the little elf hat or like the Santa's house hat, whatever you want to call it, but they made it out of hair. So
Yeah.
it had movement to it. So like where you would see the Santa hat on the end where the ball is, here goes the balls again.
Yeah.
The theme of
is
the
that
night
a
is
theme?
balls.
Just
Yeah.
some dangle balls.
Exactly.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it was a medium-sized ball on this little work of art.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just looked so good, and he had like different carvings on like the legs, like a spiral that was like red and green. You knew when this dog walked down the runway, it is a Christmas theme. And Jorge said,
Yeah.
"This is a holiday design," and he literally said to Gabriel, "You were born to groom."
Ooh, girl. It was a good, very good groom. And I just want to let everyone know, like, these creative grooms are not easy to do. You know, the carving it's very technical work, and like, you know, I have so much respect for the people that are doing this. Gabriel, you did such a fantastic job. And then we have our final contestant, who is Alyssa.
And here comes Alyssa and Justin's piece of art and their holiday
They had to
of
take
Halloween.
a commercial break.
They had to take a break, and they saved them for best for
Yeah.
last. Like, I'm wondering if this is a theme. Is do like everyone?
I hope not, because then it's predictable that they're
Yeah,
gonna
right.
win.
I hope not either. But then they had to take a commercial break. But when we come back, here comes Alyssa and Justin's dog with Halloween theme. It was a pumpkin on the chest with lights. Freaking
Lights in the eyes and the mouth. Lights again. I'm like, where are you putting these fucking lights? Like, tell me, what is the secret with the lights?
I know. I've never seen anything like that before, actually,
Yeah.
until the show. And then they had like skeletons and ghosts on the side. The face was like a skeleton.
It was just perfectly executed.
It was amazing. You just knew when this dog came out, this is also
Yeah.
clearly a Halloween theme.
Yeah. And she really like just put her her mouth to the money, right? Is that a saying? Mouth to the money?
Her money where her mouth is.
Yeah,
Right?
that's it. Yeah.
Okay, correct us if we're wrong. But all the judges literally freaking stood the fuck up. And Lisa said, "This is Pooch Perfect."
Yes.
And then Jorge just commented he loved the color blocking. He said, "You nailed it." And Alyssa just said she's very shy and she might not be the loudest person in the room. And it was so sweet because Justin was talking behind stage while Alyssa was with her dog.
Yeah.
He's like, this show is making her feel comfortable in her own costume.
I'm like, how sweet is he?
He's so sweet. They're just a sweet little couple.
Yeah.
But great job, Alyssa and Justin. I loved it. It was actually one of my favorite ones as well.
Agree. Alyssa and Justin, if you guys win this show, I hope that Justin like proposes to her like on the show or something. That'd be so
Oh my
sweet.
God, that'd be
Like,
so
'cause he would know that
cute.
he's getting $100,000 coming in his pocket, right?
I freaking would have loved that.
Like,
Do you think he would have hit it on the dog's fur or something?
oh my God, yes, that would
That'd
be
be
amazing.
awesome.
That would be funny. I'd be the dumb bitch that like just would forget about it and just shave it off, be like, boop, and then like vacuum it up.
Right? I was going to say all the hairs in the trash.
And then like Sam's like, oh.
Okay. And then
That's it, right?
that's it.
That's all the contestants.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. So, Nadia, what was your favorite dog out of all the contestants tonight?
Out of all the contestants tonight, hold on, I'm reading through my notes because there's a lot of good one. Can I say my top 3 favorite?
Yeah.
My top 3 favorite was obviously Gabriel, but I did really love Alyssa. Alyssa was a winner in my book for tonight, but I also really liked Phillips for the New Year's. I thought it was just very different.
Okay.
And it was very specific.
So, Alyssa, Gabriel, and Philip.
What about you?
So, mine is Macy's Donut,
Okay.
Rizza's Chinese New Year,
Okay.
and I would say Alyssa's pumpkin.
Okay.
Yeah, those are my top 3.
Okay, and on count of 3, we're gonna say who the winner is.
Okay.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Alyssa!
Congratulations, Alyssa. That was really well deserved because it was flawless. It was beautiful. Like the pumpkin was like so on point, and it just was really, really good.
It was amazing, and you deserve the creative on that, especially holding down your title as a creative groomer too. So congratulations to Alyssa and Justin on that.
She's holding the heavyweight title on that.
Okay, I think you're gonna have to say this. So who had to go home tonight?
So Tiara had to go home, which is just like very sad because, you know, obviously you get to know her a little bit more this episode and like kind of like who her fighting spirit was for this week, which was like her father. And it's like I can just like resonate with that. Like I lost my father when I was very young, but to fight for something like that on that episode and then to go home, I'm sure was heartbreaking, but at the same time, like knowing Tiara, I know she probably got so much out of this show, and just know that like I'm proud of her, and I'm sure that like her family and her friends are like super proud of her.
Yeah. I was so sad to see T go. Honestly, I screamed, no!
Yeah, we both
like
did.
literally, I was in such shock. And I'm proud of you too, Tiara. Like honestly, like I thought you did really good. I thought she brought it for the Christmas lights. You know, the circle one, I wasn't quite sure, but this one I did. And thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you for your bravery. Bravery. I can't say it. Is that even a word?
Bravery. Yeah.
Bravery.
Yeah. You say some cute ass words sometimes. When Nadia says like excited, she's like, I'm so excited.
But you know what's crazy? I'm like, damn, I suck at speaking English and I suck at speaking Korean and I suck at speaking Spanish. A bitch can't speak at all. That's why I'm a dancer. I like to use.
I express myself with words.
Exactly. No, Arissa's really like laughing at me all the time for saying like random ass words.
Yeah. And like when you say successful, it's successful. It's so cute.
Successful.
Yeah, I'm so successful. You're so cute. That's why I love you, babe.
I love you, bitch.
All right. Well, congratulations to Alyssa. And I'm so sorry to see you go, Tiara. I just hope that you found like so much like joy from the show, and then that you actually just get so much success from this show, like with your business in Chicago. I hope everybody be hitting you up on the block and just say, I want her as my groomer. So just sending you so much love.
And T, if you ever want to come on the show with Arissa and I, we would love to have you on the show. We would love to like meet your like spirit and energy, and yeah, please let us know.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's have you on for sure.
And also, those of you guys who have any tea, please slide through my DMs.
We are accepting tea applications. Slide into the Sippin with my bitches DMs or go straight to the Bougie Groomer.
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, Nadia's way better with the DMs. Like it takes me a long time to read my DMs. So
yeah, hit a sister up.
hit a bitch up.
Hey.
Hit a bitch up. Hey. All right. So we're left with next week's episode. Next week's episode is Pride, which is, I think this is a fun episode.
This is right up my
Rainbows.
alley, dude.
Rainbows.
I love me some LGBTQ plus community. Okay.
Yes, we encourage all the letters here.
Exactly.
Yep.
So we can't wait to tune in for next week. We can't wait for you guys to tune in with us next week. So until then, guys, happy sipping, bitches.
Love you, bitch.
Love you more.